All right, guys, welcome. Welcome back to another episode of House of Sports. As always, it's your boy Junebug, joined by the great Hambino. What's up, Byron?
What up? What up? What up, man? Excited for today. Excited for today.
Oh, super excited. And the reason I call you that is right because you've been telling this great Hambino. What's that about?
You don't know who the Hambino is?
Well, I want you to tell people what that's
No,
about.
Matt. I mean, you haven't seen The Sandlot?
No, I remember the movie Sandlot. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, that's the great Hambino right there, man.
great movie actually. Maybe I should watch that
That's
tonight.
great movie, man. Great movie. Great
Nah, but
Hambino
some
right
some
there,
people
man.
probably wondering like why you're calling yourself that. I
Oh, I'm the great Hambino, bro.
don't see
Anything I do is greatness, man.
everything he does great.
Anytime I'm on Warzone, your boy's a guaranteed win here and there.
Yeah, sometimes.
Mm, unless someone holds me back. I'm not gonna say who, but
I mean, there's probably the only time. There's probably the only time we coexist.
yeah.
This
Only
this,
time.
this,
That's
this is the
very
only time
true.
we coexist when we're doing this on
Very
Warzone.
true,
Hate your
dude.
guts. Hate your
Yeah.
guts. Just want
No,
people to
I
know
get
that.
it. I believe it. I believe it.
Nah,
I
but
believe it.
what's how's your week?
Yeah, man, it's been great, man. Like I was telling you earlier, I picked up Series X, completed the trio. Well, actually the quad because got the Switch, got the PS5, got the X, and I got that 3070. So, boy, straight for the next generation in
Couple
gaming.
years here.
Yeah,
Crazy,
I'm
crazy.
good.
Anything good on TV that you watched or?
Dude, WandaVision, yo, guys, if you haven't watched WandaVision, yo, to this week is a week to watch, man. Just catch up. What is it? Two episodes left, an hour each.
Yeah, something like that.
Um, it's just been cliffhanger after cliffhanger, man. That's been something to watch, man.
Nah,
What about yourself?
it's been a great show, man. It's been a great show. I've been catching up. I'm upset that they are releasing it like an episode at a time.
Nah, I'm
That
fine
pisses
with
me
that.
off.
I'm fine with that.
I wanna
I'm
binge
fine with that.
watch it. I
No,
hate.
that's the problem, man. They if they do it like here's the thing, bro. I'll tell you this. Like with perfect examples, Narcos, right? Like I was watching Narcos like day one, and like I'm done with it, but like day two, that's the issue that we run into is that like you'll just watch it and then it's over and done with. Great, I love Narcos to death, bro. I've seen like all three, 4 seasons, 5 seasons that they've had technically. But like I watched it in one day and then it's over with. I like this
No, I,
one
I, I
episode a
get
week.
I get it. But at the same, it's one of those feelings where like you're okay with it, but at the same time you want more. Like you want more right away. Also, like it's especially the way those episodes have been ending, man. If anyone hasn't watched WandaVision, you kind of don't have to watch the movies in a sense. Like you can actually just watch it as its own.
Yeah, it
Uh,
keeps you informed.
but if you want like a little backstory, I would probably watch what is it, Age of Ultron, Civil War, and maybe like the last two Infinity War and
Hmm.
Endgame to kind of get an idea and stuff like that of
Yeah.
why all this stuff is going on, man. But nah, man, definitely a good week. I'm excited to be back. Just the two of us, just the two of us, you know.
Nah, man, me and you, man, when we don't get along for that long. So they might get us for an hour. That's it, because when you don't get along for that long.
We'll see how it starts. But I do wanna send out a couple shout outs, man, and an apology as well. So last week, my cousin hit me up. He's like, "Oh, you guys talked about all these players. You guys talked about, the trade block stuff in the NFL, but how the hell don't we mention Carson Wentz?" And
No, that is true. We spaced out. And the
he's
crazy thing is, we know like I know two diehard Eagles fans. Like I know two diehard Eagles fans, and like we literally spaced out on that. I'm not gonna
like
lie to you.
I know he's probably gonna be catching the show on the YouTube. And he told me he's like, I listen to it when I'm on my way to work and stuff like that. And he's like, how don't we mention Carson Wentz? And
Yeah.
same thing. He's an Eagles fan, so I do start off want to apologize to him. And let's get started with Carson Wentz. Whew.
That was a crazy trade, man. I so the funny thing is that I have two friends of mine. One of them's a Colts fan, one of them's an Eagles fan. And like I kept telling them like they were like, oh, we're not gonna trade him. And I'm like, bro, you guys are gonna trade Wentz. Like I thought it was dumb them getting rid of their coach. I thought it was dumb them getting rid of their coach because they were like, they're gonna keep Wentz. But they just blew it up completely. Just got rid of the coach, got rid of that. Um, I mean I don't know, man. I think the Colts got a steal on that one, man. Like that was a steal, to be honest. Like, it's a third round pick and then a conditional second round pick that could turn into a first. There's a lot of stipulations on it. He has to play like 70% of the games and something like that. And then if he doesn't, they have to have a better record and all this stuff. But like, I mean, that's a steal for like a top. What was he? A top 5 pick when he was drafted.
I mean, he was
Um,
drafted. Yeah, he was drafted pretty high. I mean, and you know, he's not an old player.
no, he's
he's
very
still a young
young.
player.
Yeah.
So I mean, the Colts are definitely in a good position here. They didn't have to give up much. The question is, what are they going to get out of Wentz? That's the biggest thing for the Colts.
Look, as long as they can stay healthy, man. Look at what they did with Old Man Rivers, man. Like, Philip Rivers, is like 40 years old. I think you guys are like the same age, right? He was out here. He was out here doing his thing. I thought that they needed something. That team, has gotten better. The Colts have gotten better. That whole Andrew Luck situation was crazy. I mean, how do you like 1 week into training camp, like my man's like I'm done. And that was a good team. I'm not gonna
Very,
say they're a contender,
very
but
unfortunate. Yeah.
um, yeah, I mean, I understand the reasons behind it, but that was just crazy, man. I mean, I think it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be interesting to see them. The Colts, and the Colts are sneaky sometimes, man.
Look out for them. But how do you think the Philly fans feel?
Look, man. So I had this convo with Albert, and I was having this conversation with him. Like the first thing he said was, "Yo, that means you're getting Deshaun Watson." And I'm like, "Bro, can y'all ever be happy with what y'all have?" Like he wasn't even like, like, "Oh yeah, we got some picks. We're gonna turn it into players." You know, we have Jalen Hurts and all this stuff. I'm like, bro, did you not see the past couple games? Like what he was doing? Like they could have done something special. And he's like, nah, man, Deshaun Watson. I'm like, you don't even have enough capital
Give
to get him. Like,
give the
I don't
rookie a
understand
chance,
it.
no?
Yeah, like, bro, like you have something good. Like I told him, like, look, man, if y'all Eagles don't want him, I'm gonna call up the Eagles management myself. Like, oh, like all y'all Eagles fans talking about Deshaun Watson, send him to the Patriots. But I think it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be interesting. I mean, they don't have the greatest line as you saw it went. And Jalen Hurts is like, his strength is to run. I'm not saying that all he does is run, but he does have that. He has that ability to get on the run and do some things. And I think that's luck right there, man. To be
These
honest,
these Philly fans, they're hardcore, man. They're
oh,
hardcore. I think they seem to forget that the reason they made it, on that Super Bowl run is because Carson Wentz got them through the damn season.
oh yeah,
But
yeah, he got
but
into 13 games and they got hurt, and then
but
Nick
how
Foles.
quickly they forget, it's
No,
like,
and
oh,
and
good
that's
good
that.
riddance.
Yeah, that's the funniest thing about it, bro. That's exactly what I said to him. I'm like, bro, it's funny. Yeah, we're like, yo, Doug Peterson, he's trash. I'm like, bro, he just won you a Super Bowl like 2 seasons ago, and all of a sudden he's trash. Like, these guys are never happy, at all. And I'm just like, bro, like this is wild. Like, you just guys gotta be happy with what you guys have. And the crazy thing is that everyone was clowning the pick. Even myself, Jalen Hurts, not saying that he was a bad player, but like you don't need a quarterback. And that was always the biggest thing. And look, it kind of helped them out to do that. So, it's a win-win from them. I know they're
uh,
gonna say if he had more help and all this other stuff, we wouldn't be in the position. But you don't know, man. Sometimes it's just a change of scenery.
but that's the state of sports, man. Everything's short term now. There's
Yeah.
no such thing as long term building. There's no such thing as, oh, let's see what can happen. Everything is just now. Oh, we got to do this now. We got to do this now. We got to do this now.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody wants to do that anymore. Nobody wants to wait. Nobody wants
Nah,
to
man,
go
it's
through those
crazy.
phases, and that's an unfortunate state of the sports right now. Like that's every sport right now. Every sport just wants to win right now. They want to get their chip, and that's it. But yeah, man, we're gonna see. We're gonna see what happens now. And I think Jalen Hurts. I think they should.
It's a win-win both ways, to be honest.
You
I
know,
think I think it's a win-win.
they have their
Win-win.
they have their QB of the future. He's young.
Yeah.
Give him a chance. Uh, the Colts now have their QB, so we're gonna see what happens, man. It's gonna be interesting.
And the crazy, you heard about that Pittman Jr. Isn't trying to give him up number 11. So you know how Wentz wears 11,
Oh
and
yeah,
then Pittman, yeah, he's like, nah, I'm not. You got to wear a different number.
that's
It's
crazy.
wild. Like
That's crazy.
that's crazy.
I mean, do you think Wentz has earned the right to keep his number like that?
Bro,
Like,
but the thing is it wasn't like he was getting it for free, man. Like, my man was gonna pay him, like he was gonna give him something. But I mean, it'll be fun. I mean, Pittman's a nice receiver. I'm just interested to see what they do with Ty. See if they bring him back or not.
yeah. So
Four-time
so
Pro Bowler.
so if Wentz doesn't get his number, no throws to Pittman.
Yeah, right. Like, oh, remember that time I wanted that number
Remember I
11?
wanted my number, man.
You played me out.
But
Well,
yeah, man, definitely. For all my Eagles fans, man, there you
sorry
go.
about that.
That was for
Oh,
last
sorry
week.
about
I'm sorry, but look, I mean, in a way, it worked out because last week it would have been all speculation what we were going to
that.
talk about.
100%.
But this week, look, it's official news. He got traded. and now we get to talk about that. So
But if we think about it like this though, if we go with the Phillies logic, in a week they're gonna be mad that they did the trade. Right now they're happy. Next week they'll be mad. Like they're quick to forget, man. Quick
I
to
know,
forget.
yeah, can't satisfy these Philly fans, man. They're hardcore, man.
I don't know.
They expect the best, man.
Hundred
But
percent.
from one player to another, man, we also got the J.J. Watt.
Oh yeah, man, that's gonna be fun.
Still a free agent. I don't think there's any rumors or any like anything.
I mean, people have been saying maybe he's going. Like I said last episode, might go to Wisconsin. There's like a couple funny things at a couple places in Chicago, like little food places, been telling him like, "Yo, if you come, we'll give you like a year's supply of pizza and stuff like that." Kind of trying to get him enticed. I mean, bro, free pizza, I'll head over there. Um, but I don't know, man. I mean, there's not many teams with that much space. I mean, the thing that's crazy is that with the Rona, kind of screwed up everyone's cap, man. There are people that are like crazy over the cap, and with NFL, these guys don't play games with that cap, so there's gonna be a lot of people that might get released. Top five picks that I think might be able to get them, maybe the Pats, Colts. I would say those top two teams because Jaguars, Jets have the top two in cap space, and then Pats and Colts, 4 and 5. As long as like everyone opts back and all that type of stuff.
Where do you have him going though? What do you think? Like, what do you think it would be the best fit?
Um, I mean, honestly, I would love to see him at the Packers, but they really don't have that much cap space for him. I mean, that's just me. Just my man's from Wisconsin. I think that'd be a nice fit. If not, maybe the Bears. But again, the Bears don't have that much cap space. Just going off the cap. Um,
But I mean, I'm pretty sure a team is willing to make some adjustments and make some space for him. Don't you think?
yeah. I mean, I would honestly say, man, maybe them boys, man, them Cowboys have some room, man. Imagine seeing him in the blue and white. That'd be wild.
That'd be crazy. Or go play with his brother. He can go play with his brother. Little family reunion.
Yeah, and over there in Pittsburgh, that would be ridiculous, bro. That would be ridiculous if he goes
Because
to
I
Pittsburgh.
think that's the two I heard was that the Green Bay one, obviously hometown, hometown discount maybe. But then also, obviously playing with his brother. That'd be pretty good, man. His brother doing big things over there. Reunite with him. I mean, they can be a dynamic duo right there.
Yeah, that'd be fun, man. That'd be crazy to see that, to be honest.
Nice, nice. But you mentioned them Cowboys. Then Cowboys also have some player issues. A QB issue,
Oh,
just like the Eagles.
yeah, Dak, man.
Your boy Dak Prescott. No, might be his final season with the Cowboys. Maybe not.
I mean, I think it might be, man. They should have already, I mean, this season's been tough for him, man, with his brother, unfortunately passing, and then that whole ankle, thing situation. Because I don't really want to talk about it because that was crazy. But I hate to say it, but it could be the last year. They might franchise tag him, but that's a big hit in cap as well. So that's gonna take a big chunk of change. And like I was saying before with Rona, it kind of messed up the cap. So even though this is all projected off of last year's numbers, it could get smaller. So they might not have that room to kind of keep everyone and try to be competitive. Obviously it would make sense for them to keep it, but there's a couple places looking for quarterbacks, man. I don't want to keep bringing it up, but Pats kind of need a quarterback. Imagine Dak in New England. That'd be kind of fun to see, to be honest.
That's it. You're giving up on
No, I love Cam Newton. I'm just
giving
saying,
up on Superman over there.
No, I mean, I love Cam Newton. Cam Newton's a great guy. He was just hurt, Some people might say otherwise, but he was just hurt, man. You heard he was saying some good things about Bill Belichick, though, right?
He probably got paid to say that.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, he said some crazy. He's like, yeah, my man's misunderstood. My man's the most misunderstood person in the NFL. I believe it. Believe it.
I mean, that can probably be a thing. I mean, usually winning coaches usually get a bad rep, outside of the locker room and stuff like that. So,
Yeah, he's won a lot.
but there's a reason. There's a reason why they are winners, and there's a reason
Mhm.
behind their madness. So I mean, I can see that, man. I can see
Where,
that
where,
going.
where do you see Pat going, man? Where do you see Dak going?
Dak Prescott. I mean, like where can they even ship him? Like who's willing, especially after that ankle injury? Like who's willing to even take him at this point?
Well, I
And
mean, think about it. He's a free agent. I mean, he might do one of those. I'll take a little bit. Do a Revis contract that he did with us, where he signed for a little bit just to prove that he was doing his
bet on
thing.
himself.
Yeah, I think that'd be a thing.
I mean,
I
it's.
personally think that would be a thing.
I mean,
I mean, because
shit.
the only teams with that type of room is the Jets, who have Mr. Darnold. But they're probably looking at a quarterback. Jags definitely looking to do a quarterback. Patriots have some space. The Colts just took themselves out of that because um they have Wentz. And then after that, I think it's Miami with some room. Miami. I'll
Nah,
look at
but
it right
Miami,
now.
Miami has that the young
Oh
kid.
yeah, they have Tua.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
have the young kid there. Uh, San,
yeah. I mean, I would say that the teams with them,
San,
man. There's
San Fran.
I don't know, man. I mean, San Fran does have some room, man. That'd be crazy to see him in the Niners, man. Just 2 years away from Mr. Jimmy G taking him to the Super Bowl. I don't know why people hate on Jimmy G, man. He had one bad season, bro. If they
That's
don't want him,
that's
we'll take him back.
all. What
No, that
what
is
what what
true.
what did I just say earlier? That's
No,
all it
that's
takes. Like that's no
one
one
bad
no
season.
one wants to go through the process. Everyone just wants to just we need to do it now or else. And it happens with players, it happens with coaches, it happens like just across the board. Like if you don't win, like you're out the board. You cannot make one mistake.
No, yeah, I agree. And that's the crazy thing, man, because Jimmy G's extremely young, very talented. I mean, my man, I don't want to say he specifically took him to the Super Bowl, but he's a Super Bowl starting quarterback. That means a lot. But some people, like you said, man, they forget about it. They're like, man, that didn't happen. That's not a
On
real thing.
on to the next QB. I guess that's how they look at
Mm-hmm.
it.
It's a real
It's like a
thing, man.
QB roulette, man. You just gotta until you find the right one.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, but I understand it though, man, because a lot of this stuff is also about like you can't sometimes take that one season to waste because like we could joke around it, but like Bill Belichick could throw a season away and he won't get fired, but Kyle Shanahan, who's still trying to prove himself, can't. So like that, I get. It makes sense. But sometimes you got to take that. You got to trust the process. Like some people would say in Philly.
I mean, one team trusted the Sixers do, but not them Eagles.
No, not the
Them
Migos. The
Eagles
Migos.
drafted a QB in Wentz, and then a couple years later, now draft another one.
The crazy thing is, bro, and I was having this convo, like we say, they don't trust the process and they're very stubborn, but like, bro, they waited on Andy Reid to go one and what was he 1-4 or 1-3 in NFC Championship games, and they fired him like 3 or 4 years later. Like they trusted him through all that, but they couldn't trust Doug Peterson through one bad season. Like it's just wild, man.
Got him
Those two, but
got him a chip.
no, I
Got him a
know, man.
chip. Like
Like Ali would say, yo, got him the chips with the dip, but then
they,
they made
they
my man dip.
how quickly they forget, man. That's just them Philly fans are harsh, man. You gotta same thing like with my boy Iverson, man. This guy, he did his thing throughout all those years. They loved him, and then it's just like he's out the door now. And it's like what the hell. But that's the world we live in right now, man. Just keep it going, man. Keep it moving, man. Everyone's expendable. So we're gonna see what happens, man. Hopefully, or not hopefully, but maybe next week there's some more news with these players. Hopefully things start to get a little bit, heated and stuff like that. So it's gonna be interesting. But I know there's a lot of teams like this QB. Like they're saying that the QB market right now, like there's a lot of QBs on the move, and there's a lot of teams that need QBs, and that's gonna be interesting where a lot of them end up. So this might be the year where it's gonna be a lot of these teams are gonna look very very different, very very weird to be honest.
Yeah, and I mean, I would say that was like with like when that year, I think it was what 2010 when we had LeBron go to Miami, and there was like a lot of movement that season. So I think that's what it's gonna look like this year. But like I said, man, I hate to keep bringing it up, man, but that cap, man, it might not look as big as some teams are expecting it, and we got some teams that are pretty much over, and that's gonna hurt a lot of players. We might see players that we didn't expect on free agency in free agency, which is gonna be crazy. So that's gonna be fun, man, to see what we can do. And some of the teams that played it smart, man, they're gonna be having some bidding teams. In Isaac's words, man, they could make the Jets scary depending on how many people get released, but sometimes it's just hopeful thinking.
Got to take that discount, baby. Take that
Yeah,
discount.
that double
Um,
check discount, man.
no, but yeah, definitely. It's gonna be interesting, man. We're gonna see what happens with this. We're gonna keep it going with that. But not onto some NBA action, man. Paul Gasol, your boy Paul Gasol, trying to make a comeback of some sorts, or
So yeah, he signed with Barcelona, which is cool. He started in Barcelona before he went to Memphis, before he came to the NBA. I know he was. I think he's done, man. I don't think he's coming back. I think he's gonna chill out. I think that's the last of him that we've seen of him. Last time he played was like 2018. But I think that's the last of him for the NBA at least. I know he's going there to do a final tune-up. He said he had to play this season somewhere, in order for him to play in Tokyo, 2021 or 22, whatever they're doing it. So, he's trying to go for that fourth medal, man. You know, them Spaniards, bro. They out here, man. But great guy, man. Pau Gasol's a great guy, man. I'm a
No,
big
very,
I'm a
very,
big fan.
very underrated.
Dude, you see
To
all the
me,
stuff that they
to
you
me,
know
he's
all
very
the stuff they
underrated.
no, yeah, he's an underrated like player and a person as well. You saw all the stuff that my man's like taking like not taking care of, but like he's supportive of Kobe's daughters and stuff like that. Man, that's a great guy, man. Like great guy right there, man. And he was a great player, 100% underrated. Like 100% underrated.
Like
Like
I feel like he doesn't. I feel like I mean he did his thing with the Grizzlies as much as he could have.
mhm.
You know, and they're not the best franchise in the world, man, and we all know that. But you know, he did his thing. Got traded to the Lakers, and he was a huge part of that Lakers not dynasty, but at least those two trips in between. He was a huge part of that. I mean, without him, you know, Kobe probably would have been out the door, and
Yeah, I
that was
mean
a
they were
huge.
talking about he was going to Chicago. He was going to there was some rumors about him getting traded for LeBron back in the day. Like, yeah, I think he would have been gone if they didn't make that move, man.
One
That
of the
would have been
most
crazy.
one of the most lopsided trades.
I wouldn't go that far.
What?
I don't think so.
Take a look at those pieces, bro. They traded a bunch of nobodies, including Mark Gasol to the Grizzlies.
Oh, I thought you were talking about lopsided like Kobe for LeBron because
No,
I
no,
know
no,
you're
no,
a
no,
big
no.
LeBron.
The
Oh
Paul
yeah,
the
I
Paul
mean,
Gasol
I
trade
don't.
was just
I wouldn't say it's a lopsided because he got traded for his brother Marcus. Also, I mean, Marcus. I mean, he finally won his ring. He's one of the few brothers that have won a ring. When he won it with Toronto, but at the moment it was very lopsided. But like with time going with everything going through, like with just those two flip flop, they were great players. I mean, seeing it now, so
I
nice
mean I
sense it
mean
was 2020.
he got traded. Look, he got traded for a second round draft pick. No, he got
Kwame
traded
Brown,
for Kwame Brown, one of
Kwame Brown.
a legendary center right there.
Yeah, and then what is it? Jay something Jarvis.
Javaris Crittenton,
You
Aaron
know
Mc,
my man. You know my man got he got caught a charge, murder charge, right?
Crittenton.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus! Oh my
You know
goodness!
that was the guy that got that got Gilbert Arenas suspended because of the whole gambling thing,
Oh no
where he was
way!
like, "Yo, pay me up," and then they did the whole like laid the guns out in the Wizards.
What the hell?
Man, that's some crazy. And then he caught a body over here in Atlanta. He caught a body. He accidentally shot someone, and unfortunately they passed. And he bought like a one-way ticket somewhere, and then they got him on the plane because he was trying to escape.
That's
It was wild.
that's some wild stuff.
I know some. Not most people don't know pay attention to that, but
You also had Aaron Mckee on that trade.
yo, my man right there, bro, he was the cornerstone to the
The
2000.
Sixers
Yeah.
final run. He was a part of it. He was a part of it.
Yeah.
And then of course the rights to Marc Gasol and then a
Yeah.
couple of draft picks. So it was a
Mhm.
crazy trade, man. Laker fans should be thanking that trade because if it wasn't for that trade, Kobe would have been out the door. He would have been playing in Chicago possibly or anywhere else, and we would have been talking about a different story, different era of basketball right there, man. It would have been crazy to even think about that.
Yeah, which is wild, man. Which
But
is wild, man. We could have been seeing him on the Mavericks. Could have seen him on Suns. You never know, man.
him
He could
and
have went anywhere.
Dirk,
Him and Dirk, that would have been unstoppable. Would have had like not six, not seven, not
yikes,
eight.
was one. They would have stayed with one. That's it.
Okay,
Always that
sure.
that that Dallas Maverick plug-in always doesn't fail,
Always.
man.
Yeah, no, 100%. I always have to plug him in.
Nah, I get it, man. But then you also got DeMarcus Cousins looking like he's about to get or did he
Release.
already or
I think they're on the like
I don't think
the
it went
verge of. They told them that they were
right.
cutting him. Yeah,
So I don't
no,
think
they
it's
did
gone.
waive him.
They
They
did
did.
already.
Yeah, they
Nice.
did.
Well, not nice for him because
No,
obviously he's without a team now. But I mean it's a good chance for him, man, to kind of get out there and maybe play for a contender or maybe play for someone that needs help. The only issue I see with him is he's a center, and the league doesn't need centers anymore. It's
no,
kind of a
not not the.
it's kind of a dead position.
Yeah, I mean at this point most of them are playing small ball anyway. So I mean that's the downside of playing that. There's not that many Clint Capellas anymore. It's all about that small ball or a center that could shoot.
Yeah,
I mean
and that's
he could definitely help a contender though. If Ali was here, he was like, oh, he's going back to the Lakers. After last year, or if Isaac was here, he's like, he's going to the Nets, and
I
I don't
mean
know, man. It's gonna be interesting to see where he goes though.
with Anthony Davis down. I mean
Yeah.
they're gonna need
They
something
could take him,
to
yeah. They could take him. They
at
have the
least
same
at
type of
least at
game.
least at least till he comes back. But no, I mean unless like, and that's the thing, like with him, with a lot of these big men, it's unless you have a mid-range shot or something like that, like it's you're really not gonna play a lot, man. You're not, the way these teams are, the way these teams are built now, everything's just either quicker, small, and you have to be able to keep up with that. I mean, right now everything's all about the three-pointer, everything's about the fast break, and
Hmm.
that's just the way it works. But I can see him joining a team, definitely a contender. I mean, I feel like he's gonna definitely go to a contender because that's the one thing in the playoffs, the game does slow down. And one of the biggest keys for the Lakers last year was the fact that they had, Dwight Howard, JaVale McGee down the stretch, for those like couple games that they had with like, Denver, and even the Raptors. So I mean, it can benefit a team, for that run.
Not 100%, man. Especially we have some teams that are out here might need that additional help. There's especially he hasn't played that much playoffs, so he doesn't really have that much playoff experience. But I mean, he's probably better than whatever they have on the bench right now. They're seventh or eighth. So
Just go get me some rebounds, and hit that occasional mid-range shot, set picks. That's it. That's it. Just play your role, man. Just play your role.
yeah, that'd be fun. That'd be fun to see him on a contender, man. Seeing him on potentially the Clippers. I can see him going to the Clippers, Lakers. I always have to throw the Nets in there because if I don't, people are gonna get offended.
Oh,
Um, but he might go to the
we,
Knicks
we have
too,
people. We
man.
have people. I think we have people like watching the show, and like if we don't mention like
A specific
their
team.
team, like I'm gonna get hate mail. Like I'm getting text messages like, how come I didn't talk about this
Yeah.
person, that person? Like there's only so much, guys. There's only so much that we
Well,
can
I
fit.
get I get fan mail. I get my boy Isaiah always hits me up and says, you know what, man, your co-hosts they be out here saying some wild stuff, and you just be here throwing out some logical stuff. I'm like, no, man, I'm more the logical one. These guys are just fantasy out here talking about.
No,
Yeah,
man, it's
man.
just we give our take, we give our opinion, man. It's we don't
Sometimes it's a
try
wild
to
one.
throw that Dallas Maverick plug every single chance we get. Like, hey, Dallas this, Dirk that. It's just
But throwing that plug in there, you do realize they're pretty much like a game out of the playoffs right now. And you guys
yeah.
wrote me off like Isaac's out here talking about, yeah, they're not even going to make the playoffs, and they're like a game out.
Well, I mean, we never said it's still early. It's still early
I kept
season.
saying it was still early, but everyone's like, nah, man, it's a wrap. It's a wrap.
I
It's a
mean, we'll
wrap.
we'll, we'll see, man. Luca, what is it? Luca Magic.
Look at Magic, bro.
That's what you're gonna believe in.
Baby goat. Baby goat.
Baby go. Oh my goodness. But staying on that playoff topic, man. Are you ready to believe in the Nets? Like at least okay. Okay, not okay. Don't forget about next week, the week after playoff talk. Like right now, like they are they're
Yeah,
they're
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 they're, they're
they're
out
playoff
there.
team.
They're
Yeah, they're out
balling.
here. Yeah, yes, yes,
Like they're
yes, they
doing their
are.
thing, man, and they're
They're
doing
on
it
a
without
6 game win streak right
without KD,
now.
without KD too. So
Yeah, well, I mean, and I give it credit. I never said they weren't, and I'm not trying to defend myself. I never said they weren't a playoff team. The thing I said was, and I always said it, and I'll say it again, they didn't need James Harden. They didn't need James Harden. I thought that they already had a really good team with what they had. James Harden, yes, he does help. It's just that for me, defense wins championships, man, and that's the thing. And Harden doesn't play D. That's always been his knock. But I mean, they're on a 6 game winning streak, man. So you got to give them kudos.
I mean, he can
Half a game out of first in
when he
the
try.
East,
I mean, when he tries, he plays
but
defense.
he doesn't try. That's the problem. Like
That's
I
because
could play better D than him, and and no disrespect to him at all.
like when he puts the effort in, like his efficiency and stuff like that is actually pretty decent. Like it's like a lot of people same way they called him a ball hog on this and that. And like look at him, he's a great playmaker. Like if he wants to, he can
Well, he
definitely
had to
buckle
be a ball
down.
hog. I mean, you can't get mad at him. He didn't have a Kyrie. He didn't have a KD. He had you playing with him half the time.
I don't
No
know.
disrespect.
I definitely would have averaged like 25 points.
Yeah, sure.
I mean,
Sure you would
just
have.
just stay in the corner. Just stay in the
Yeah.
corner. Just wait for the
Yeah,
ball.
sure.
Just wait for the ball. And let's go.
But I
Let's go.
mean, that's the thing, bro. Like, yeah, he was a ball hog, but he had to be. He didn't really have that much, potential around him. So I get it. I mean, look at Houston now, 11 and 18, 13 games out first, which obviously they're not gonna do. But it's a bad team right now. I will say though that some of the moves that they did, they kind of shook up the roster. Trying to get when they got Chris Paul and then when they got Westbrook. So it was a lot of movements. I won't just blame it on Harden specifically, but they did, it was a big fall for them. But I didn't even think they were making the playoffs this year. But it's been cool. The crazy thing is I don't even think they're only picks the next couple of years, the Rockets, but I will tell you though, the Nets, man, they're contenders, man. It's super early, only 30 games in. So normally we're talking about this like, and in a month, but with it being the Rona season, it's a little out of whack, man. Because usually this season already started by now. It usually starts in October. So
Nah, but I mean, right now they're playing good basketball, man. They're playing good basketball. They are, what is it, a game or half a game? They're half a game
half a game.
behind the Sixers,
Mm-hmm.
uh, who are on a little, the last 10 games the Sixers are 5-5. The Nets, obviously, you said they're on a 6 game winning streak right now, so I mean that can flip in a couple days or not. So it's definitely gonna be interesting. I mean, right now, like I said, man, Brooklyn Nets. That's gonna be the talk every week, man. Unfortunately, that's gonna be the talk every week because of the big three that they formed. That's gonna be the biggest conversation. What can they do together in the playoffs? And that's gonna continue throughout the season. And I mean, do you still? What about the Sixers? Are you still a believer of the
Oh yeah,
Sixers?
I'm still a believer, man. I mean, here's the thing, bro. Like, I can't be like, oh, they're having a bad stretch. Like, I'm worried, but it's just they lost to the Suns, lost to the Jazz. Jazz is number one in the West. Suns top four in the West right now, so some good teams. Raptors. I was a little worried about that, but I mean, I honestly see them coming back. I mean, I'm not too worried about it. Like I said, it's super early. Embiid, I don't know if you've been watching, man, but my man's lights out right now. He's playing hungry. He's playing what he has to do. So, I think it's still too early to be like, am I worried and they're out? That's just me.
Nah, definitely. I mean, like I said, I mean, it's gonna be like I know I keep saying the Nets in the finals, the Nets in the finals.
It's all you do say.
I mean, that's it's hard to argue that. Like it's hard to sit here
I
and
know.
say that a team in the East can take them in a 7 game series, especially when your best two teams, let's say the other two teams. So you got the Brooklyn Nets, they're a 2 seed right now. Who
Mhm.
would you say are contenders in the East besides the Nets? The Sixers and the Bucks.
Sixers, Nets, and the Bucks. Not. I mean, it's just by
But I'm saying
default. Not.
out of the 8 teams, like
Yeah.
who would you
I
say
would
is your
say the
top tier?
Sixers, Nets, Bucks. Those would be the three guaranteed. The
Exactly.
Celtics, I like the Celtics, but it's just there's not like, how do I say this? There's no like defining thing out of them. Like, I can't say they have like Tatum's
They've
great.
got they've got the talent.
Yeah, it's just we haven't seen much out of them to be like they play this type of way. So it's a little tough on that.
And
But
that's my thing, right, with the Nets, right? So Sixers and Bucks are the only other teams that are your you would say your top tier if you agree with that. Uh, in I don't think they have enough firepower to keep up with the Nets. And
no, not at all.
I know it changes in the playoffs because now you got to play half court. But when you've got James Harden who can dribble and play make, you've got Kyrie who can dribble and play make, you've got Kevin Durant who's either to some the best player in the league right now or second best player depending who you ask. Uh, they're dangerous, and Sixers I don't feel like they have enough shooting in them to keep up with them. And then same thing with the Bucks. I mean, you see what teams are doing to Giannis. Like they're just go ahead and shoot, man. Go ahead and shoot, my man. Go do your thing. We'll worry about the rebound. Like it's and that's the thing. Like that, if they continue to play the Bucks that way, the Bucks aren't making any noise in the playoffs. And
And that's
unless
but that's how they've always, and that's why they don't make it out because of that, because they play him exactly how you said, like shoot it, like they how they did with Ben Simmons, like I don't know if you've seen that video of Melo when he's D'ing Ben Simmons, like he was D'ing him up like body up by the 3 point line. Then he realized who he was D'ing and backed the hell up and said,
like
shoot, like
and
it's
that's
not going
that's
in.
the biggest thing with them. I mean, unless they can develop a jump shot, because I mean, if you look at the league, it's a jump shot league right now. Like it's everybody wants to shoot, everybody can shoot now.
Well, everyone wants to shoot the three. And that's the biggest thing. Like everyone, it's not about how it was before about, getting having that big center back there doing what they have to do in the paint. It's different now. It's all
Hmm.
about who could shoot that three, who could do this, who could do that. So
And that's and
it
that's
is a
and that's
totally
and
different
that's
type
the
of
thing with
game.
my like with the Sixers. I feel like they don't have the shooting. And then the same thing with the Bucks. I mean, you can't live with Giannis shooting 1 for 8, 1 for 9, like you can't live with that. Like that's
So
that's your MVP, you know?
so question for you, man. So we're gonna do pretenders or contenders. So with the contender portion is contenders to make the playoffs. That's so if I throw out like the Hornets, it's not like contenders, for the chip. It's just do you think they're gonna make it to the playoffs? So obviously the first two teams, Sixers and Nets, both contenders, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
So what do you Bucks?
I mean,
Obviously
right,
that's a
right,
given
right now, I've got the the
because
the
we'll
the,
run it down.
the six, the top six right now. Like even in the order that they're in right now. So if you look at the Sixers, the Nets, the Bucks, the Pacers, the Raptors, and the Celtics, I don't see that changing. Like to
Just
me,
potentially position in between them,
yeah, like
right?
they'll move up and down, like the 3 seed, the 4 seed, the 5 seed, the 6
Okay.
seed.
All right, we're on the same page on that.
Like those are the teams I'm like that's staying. All six of those are safe. Like to me, they're gonna make the playoffs. I don't see them like that would be crazy.
What
Uh,
about the Knicks?
the Knicks, I mean, whew, like I want to see them there because it would be a nice change of pace. It's something that these Knicks fans they deserve it. Uh, but it's right now it's hard to tell. I mean, they've been playing some good basketball. They're trying to make that push over 500. I think they're 6-4 in the last 10 games. So they're making some moves. Uh, damn. You know what? I'm gonna go contender for now. I feel like
Okay,
I feel like they're gonna make
okay.
the
Just
playoffs.
I'm 100% contender. I don't
Uh,
disagree that they're that. The only one that I'm a little like pretender is probably the Bulls. I don't really foresee them
I,
making the
I, I
playoffs.
I
To be
feel like
honest,
I feel like the Heat are gonna make that push.
I don't know, man. I think the Hornets are gonna make that push.
I
To
feel
be
like
honest,
to me the Heat. So I feel like I think
uh,
their championship hangover is about to be over. I think they're just gonna that excitement from even making it to the championship. I think that's gonna be done, and I think
7-3 last 10 games.
heading into the second half of the season, I think they're gonna turn it up a little bit. Are they gonna go all the way up to the top 3 seed? No, like, but definitely in that 5, 6, 7 seed. I feel like they can even make that push up to like at least 6 or 7.
I don't know, man. The Hornets, Lonzo, Lonzo. Well, I mean, Lamelo. I'm sorry, not Lonzo. Lamelo.
Wrong, wrong,
I don't
wrong,
know,
wrong,
man.
wrong
Like,
ball.
I don't know, man. I'm liking the Hornets. I mean, because here's the thing: there's no one that I could tell you that I'm 100% sure. Like, even with the Heat, like I want them to make it in, but I'm not too sure, man. I would say the eighth seed's gonna be fun. It's gonna be exciting with those three teams. They're 5-5 right now. The Hornets in the past 10 games, so they're at 500 on those. But I don't think, I definitely tell you right now, I don't see the Hawks making, a push to the playoffs. I don't see the Magic. I definitely don't see the Wizards. Don't see the Cavs, and I don't see the Pistons making a push. So I honestly think that those three teams, the Bulls, Hornets, and Heats, are the ones that are going to be fighting for that 8 seed. And that's going to be fun, man. I mean,
Definitely.
um, whatchamacallit, the Hornets and the Heats are in the same division, man. So that's going to be fun too, as well. So,
Only half a game behind. So yeah,
yeah,
make
that's
that
going to be
push.
fun, man.
Uh,
So,
West.
what I I don't know, man. I mean, I'll tell you right now, first four, 100% um contenders.
Just the first four.
I mean, first five. That's as far as I'll go. And for those of you that the first five are Utah, the Jazz number one, the Clippers at two, the Lakers at three, the Suns at four, and then the Blazers at five. I could tell you right now, those fives they'll probably change in order. Because obviously just between last episode and this one, the Lakers were second and now they're third. So I think those five will flip flop, but
I can go with
I'm
that.
not too confident in the Sixers and I'm not too confident in the Nuggets.
Oh, the Spurs.
Um, Spurs not at all.
You said Sixers. So
Oh, I'm
Spurs. You're
sorry,
talking about
Spurs.
Spurs, right?
Yeah, not at all. Not at
Damn. So
all.
you don't trust in the Spurs?
No.
You don't trust in the Nuggets?
I don't. I don't. I don't know, man. I mean, I wanted them to start off strong, man. I thought having the season they had last
Uh,
year, I thought they'd come back
I, I,
strong. And
I see where we're heading with the West, though. I think I know why. I think I know why. You need room. You need room for Luca.
No, but I mean, let's talk about it. So 6, 7, 8 is the
So
Spurs
let's
at
see.
6.
Okay, Spurs,
Now,
Nuggets, Warriors.
yeah, 6, 7, and 8, and then Dallas is game out, and the Grizzlies about 2 games out. And then we got the Pelicans. I don't see the Pelicans making the playoffs, but that'd
No,
be
so
fun. I
those last five teams: Pelicans, Kings, Thunder, Rockets,
done.
Wolves. Like those are, we're not even gonna talk about them. Those are
Yep.
pretenders. I don't see them making a push. I mean, the Rockets are on an 8 game losing streak. The Kings on a 7 game losing streak. The Wolves on a 4 game losing. Like they're
But I
no.
mean, but I will tell you, I mean, the Thunder don't really have much to play for because they have so many picks that it makes sense for them to tank. I'm sorry. It sucks with Carl Anthony Towns. Him. He just hasn't been on a winning team, so that's been a little weird for him. So
You might need to
um,
do
I'm,
the KG, follow the KG, and get out of there.
yeah. The Kings, I mean, they had a run what last year or the year before. So that's been fun. I mean, the Pelicans, man, I don't foresee them making it. That's just me. They lost, they won to the Celtics last night. They lost to the Suns before that, lost to the Blazers. So I don't know, man. I'm a little nervous. I don't really foresee them
I
really
mean,
making it.
they're still young. I mean, I don't. And the thing is with them, same thing. The shooting, they don't really have the shooting on their
I mean, they got
team. I
JJ,
mean,
but that's about it.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. But like you got Lonzo Ball, who's got a weird jump shot. Zion Williamson, he's just a dunker for the most part. You got Brandon Ingram in there in that team as well. So I mean, I don't know if you know this, but Zion Williamson leads the league in like paint points, like inside points, by
That's all he does.
like that's all he does is just
That's all he does
dunk
is
the
dunk.
ball.
He's another Blake Griffin.
Like
And there's no disrespect. Blake Griffin was a great player, but he's just very one sided. All he does is dunk the ball, man. Um, Grizzlies. I mean, I see the Grizzlies maybe making a push, man. 5-5 right now. I'm sorry, 4-6 right now. So I can see them making a push. I'm the only thing I would probably say I'd switch out would probably be I'd probably move up the Nuggets to 6, probably the Warriors between 7 and 8, and then I'd have to throw the Mavericks in there. And as much as you guys are gonna clown me, they're 6-4 in their last 10, right?
oh, I see.
And you realize that KP has been playing better than he has recently. So
Poor Zingis, baby.
yeah,
Nah,
you heard about the rumors of him potentially getting traded, right?
he's been doing his thing. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did not hear
So
about that at all.
quick little thing on that. So they was like someone leaked something about like the Mavs have been talking about trading him and all this stuff, and um Mark Cuban just shut it down. He's like, I don't know who the hell this is saying all this stuff, but my man's not getting traded. They're like, we believe in him. And say what you guys want, but great owner right there. Great owner right there.
Nah, I like him as an owner. He's definitely outspoken and definitely seems like a cool dude, man. He seems like a cool dude, someone that you would have a beer with, man. And he definitely speaks his mind.
Yeah.
One of the few owners that you see on like First Take, Undisputed. Like he'll go on these shows and just chop it up with these guys. So I mean, if he says it, I believe it, man. I believe him.
Yeah, no, 100%. That's just me. I mean, I see that moving around. And it's not just because they're my favorite team. It's just it like I was saying is that there wasn't that long of a layover. It was what like 30 days, 40 days or something like that between the bubble and going into that. Porzingis was hurt. It took him a little bit to get rested and get healed, and then like he's playing into shape right now, so it's not like he's guaranteed. He's not even in playoff shape right now. From what he was in the bubble, because people were talking about like, oh, he's not the same player. Like my man literally just came back like a month ago, and they were like clowning him, like give him some time. And that's what I kept telling everyone: pump the brakes, just give him some time. They'll right the ship. Rick Carlisle's a great coach. Even with the Warriors, a lot of people were counting them out as well, but they're doing some stuff, man, right now. Doing some things right now. Five
I
and five right
mean,
now.
you've got Steph Curry. I mean, with Steph Curry, I mean, I'm pretty sure they can make a push to the playoffs.
But hold
Uh,
on, so Steph Curry, but well, you guys won't agree that with Luca they can make a push to the playoffs.
I mean, it's Steph Curry.
Yeah, but he's like 32.
It's Steph Curry, man. This
But
is
he's like 32.
listen, man. I know Luca's special. He's got all the talent in the world. But same thing. So, like he's a great playmaker. He'll get his rebounds as well. And he can score the ball, but the only thing that he's missing in his game is a jump shot. He needs to develop
Oh
that.
yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
once, at least he's ahead of the curve.
But
Then,
you know, he's like 20, 20. Like he
no,
can't
that's what I'm
even have
saying.
a
Like at
beard.
least that's what I was gonna say. Like I was gonna compare him to like Giannis. Like at least he's ahead of Giannis as far as the curve when it comes to like at least he can develop that jump shot. And once he gets that down packed, like he's rebounding the ball, he moves the ball around, he gets his assists, like all that stuff. He's scoring the ball. I mean, he's shooting. He's not the best shooter in the world. I think he's shooting. I want to say what is it like 34, 35% maybe. I don't know
Mhm.
if you had that there in front of you, but um, once he gets that jump shot down pack, I mean, it's gonna be very dangerous. He's gonna be very dangerous, and I think that he's gonna be a good fit for that Dallas Mavericks. Who the Mavericks? They're not your household team name.
47%, by the way.
What is it
47%.
from three?
33.
Yeah, so 30. Yeah, 33. Uh, the Mavericks are not your household name, but at the same time, I mean, if you really look back at their records and stuff like that, they've always been in the mix, and they've always been able to hang around and be part of that Western Conference like
Bro,
juggernaut.
they went to the playoffs like 20 something years
So
straight.
that's what I'm saying. Like and it's you don't think of that when you think of the Dallas Mavericks. You're like, oh, yeah, the Dallas Mavericks, whatever, whatever. But this is a franchise. Like I'm talking about the franchise as a whole. Like they've been a pretty solid franchise for like many years. So, I mean, I'm not surprised. They've done some good moves, and with Luca now, with KP, I mean, I think they're gonna make some moves. Championship moves. We'll see what
Oh
happens
no,
with
I
these.
would, I'm look, man, and die hard, but I would, they're ways away from winning the chip, man. But here's the thing, man, like it's the same way with, and I'm not comparing him to Jordan, so I don't want anyone, looking at me like it's wild, but like he just needs that playoff experience, and that's the same thing Jordan had to go through, a couple things doing is, getting there, losing, getting that playoff experience and stuff like that. Obviously I don't think they're going to win the championship. I would love them to, but they're a whiles away before they could do that. But it's just about that experience. That's the biggest thing that'll help them out. Because you never know, man. Some teams could get lucky, man, and kind of do it. And then I'm by no means saying that they're going to, but you know how it is, man. You never know.
I mean, if there's a team that can do it, I mean, the Mavericks have done it before. They've gone on that miracle on
Ridiculous
that
run.
miracle
Oh,
run.
2011, bro. Tyson
So
Chandler out
it's
here.
who did they beat? They beat the Lakers,
They beat
the
the Blazers.
Spurs.
It was the Blazers, the Lakers, and the Thunder.
Was it the
So they had
Thunder?
to be, yeah, they had to be KD and Westbrook. They had to be Kobe. They swept them in the second round, and they had to beat the Blazers with Brandon Roy, and LaMarcus
And then they beat
Aldridge
and then they beat LeBron and D Wade. So I mean,
and Chris Bosh. Don't disrespect Chris
miracle
Bosh.
miracle runs can happen. I mean, they don't happen often, but when they do, it's a
It
special
happened in
special
Dallas,
time,
man.
man. What was that?
They happen in Dallas.
Happened in Dallas, man. But yeah, we're gonna see, man. But let's finish out this list real quick. So you said, so for the most part, you've got the same five, pretty much staying there.
Yeah.
You've got Denver moving up to that sixth seed.
And then I
Uh,
have it's flip flopping between the Spurs. The Spurs probably will be the one that I don't think
so
that'll make it through.
Warriors. So you got it between Warriors, Spurs, and Mavs would be
Yeah.
your last two. Well,
Mhm.
two of those teams are gonna be your last two seeds, like
Yeah.
out of the three. So, um, I mean, I feel like the Spurs are gonna be there. I feel like the Warriors are gonna be there. I'm gonna keep your Mavs out for now. I'm
Okay.
gonna I'm gonna keep your Mavs out for now. Because like I said, I feel like Steph Curry has been playing MVP basketball lately. He's been doing his thing. They just gotta obviously get more comfortable with just Steph Curry. Obviously no Clay, so that's a bummer. And right now Spurs are playing good basketball, and Spurs is another one of those franchises that same thing with the Mavericks. They're not a big market name. Like you don't think about the NBA, you don't think like Spurs right off the bat. But once again, franchise like that's a great franchise that's always been a part of the mix.
Hmm. No, yeah, and it's no disrespect to them. I just don't. They don't have someone that they could say here, take over at the moment.
You're
Will
not a
they? Yeah.
you're not a believer of Demar,
No. 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 Demar.
Demar DeRozan.
Yeah. Sure.
Damn,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah, they remember, man, the what you call it, the Raptors shipped them off, and it's no disrespect to him. It's just Kawhi's ridiculous human being right
You know,
there.
you don't
But
believe in Patty Mills, man, my man.
no, I'm good.
Damn.
That's what I'm saying. I just don't think there's enough of them. There's no one that I could say here, take the shot with 10 seconds left to go to win it. I don't see anyone in there, and that's just me.
Yeah, I'm looking at their roster right now. They got my
And
boy Rudy Gay, man. Damn.
bro, he's been on them for like, I kid you not, five
I
years.
forgot
Like
I forgot I forgot all about him.
that's I mean, but that's always been the mo for the Spurs though. Even with Tim Duncan, like not many people watched them. I mean, obviously people were watching them, but not to the extent where like people were like oh man, this guy's crazy. Like like it was just they always had some no name players that always took it to the next level whenever they went to the Spurs. So
He was always
um,
Tim Duncan was always one of my favorite players. I like I like I
no,
like I like I like his play style. Like as boring as it is, and it's not the most exciting thing in the world to some or to a lot of people. The fact that he was dominant in his basic playing is just that's ridiculous.
dude, me growing up, man, I was a Mavericks fan, and my best friend Isaiah, man, was a big Houston Rockets fan because of T Mac. So like, I had to watch the whole three Texas teams, the Rockets, the Mavericks, and the Spurs every single year, and every year it sucked when we would get either eliminated by the Spurs, or another team would take us out early. And that's the thing, man. It was just always a great coach team, and it was just a great team. Just we were blessed watching those three teams, man. T Mac, Yao Ming, and the Rockets, Tim Duncan, Manu, and Tony Parker. Man, great teams. And then even in that 03 season with David Robinson's last season, man, that was some great times, man. To say the least, man.
But now we have onto the All Star game, man. Moving on. Uh, Excited. They finally announced they announced the starters.
Hmm.
How
Which
do
I pretty much had everyone pick.
how do you feel about those starters?
So, I mean, I had them all. The only one I didn't have was Giannis Antetokounmpo. Did not have him.
Oh, good
But
job
I
right there.
yeah, no, it's not. I practiced it for a minute to be honest. I didn't want to
Definitely,
mess it up.
definitely in front of the mirror. Just yeah.
Yo, yeah, for a minute. I mean, I had everyone. I had Kevin Durant. I had Bradley Beal, Joel Embiid, and I had Kyrie. Giannis was the only one that I didn't have. I had Julius Randle, which I hope he does make it to the reserves. On the West, I had LeBron. I think I had Steph, didn't I? And I know I had Luca. I just didn't have Jokic, and I did have Leonard. So I think it was just Jokic. It was the only one that I didn't put
So
in.
the only issue I have, I'm okay with the East. I'm okay with those five. Bradley Beal, well deserved. I'm okay
Well
with
deserved.
that. In the West, I only have one issue in the West, and I'm sorry. And I'm sorry.
Jokic.
I'm sorry. No, it's gonna be Luca.
What? You stop.
Listen,
Stop. Stop.
Dame
No,
Dame
don't.
Lillard, Dame Lillard should have been a starter, bro. Like that. I get it. It's a, and that's what I hate. Like
It's a popularity contest.
that.
You know
Yeah,
he's
that's what I'm saying.
starting.
Like it's by votes, which I'm like, whatever. It's okay, cool. Uh, and obviously Luca being, it's international, so obviously you're gonna get a lot more votes internationally and things like that. But I feel like Lillard definitely should have deserved that spot.
I would have
But
took him over Steph, to be honest.
Lillard over Steph,
Yeah, 100%.
yikes. I don't know, it's tough. But
100%. No hesitation. I would have
but once
taken him.
once again though, it goes back to the conversation we had last week about the disrespect that, well, not
No, Dame is
is that
Dame
the
is
wrong
underrated. Dame is
chip,
underrated,
or I
bro.
guess the chip in his shoulder, like that gives him another, like it's like Lillard deserves to be in. I mean, he's gonna be in the he's gonna be in the reserves. Like he's gonna be in the All Star
Mhm.
game. But to me, he definitely should have been a starter. I mean, this guy's been balling lights out. He's hit a couple game winners in the season, like crazy game winners, and I mean, I just feel like he doesn't get the respect that he deserves, and
No, and like
it
and that's with
continues.
everything though. That's with everything though. Like even his shoes, man. And I'm a big sneakerhead, but like even with his shoes, man, I got two models of them, man, and they don't like they're easy to find because they don't sell out. But like no one's really a big like rooting him on. But he does a lot of things with the team that he has around him. So, it's been tough with that, man.
But with this All Star game, obviously the way they do things is a little bit different than your mom and dad's All Star game. So they no longer do the East Coast versus West Coast. It's pretty much a draft. Do you like that, by the way, or I don't think we ever
I
talked
mean, it
about that.
doesn't, it doesn't, it doesn't. I mean, I was never like it was fun. The East and West Coast is just. I'm not a big fan per se. Like I'm not. You know what? I'm not gonna say I don't hate it. I'm not gonna say it's just I'm okay with it. Like it is what it is. Like it doesn't count. It's just fun to see them play. That's honestly the biggest thing around it.
That's the thing. Like I feel like the game should mean more because, for example, what is it? In baseball, in baseball, pretty much it means like the home court, like home field advantage, right?
Home field advantage. Yeah.
Same thing in football, if I'm not mistaken.
Nah, bro, they
Not,
don't even
no, they
play
don't do that,
that,
right?
man.
Well,
They
they
don't
do
do
the
that.
Pro Bowl crap. But that's what I'm saying. Like in baseball, it means something, and I feel like that's what this is missing. Like, I feel like a lot of these players, they just go in and just play the game, but I feel like it should mean something. I know they do the whole charity thing, which is awesome. Support that all the way. But I feel like they need to add like an extra incentive to these games that actually, to mean something. So like even like Team LeBron represents the West Coast. If they, obviously if they win, they should have it where like the West holds home court advantage for the finals or whatever the series. But obviously it's different when it comes to like basketball. So um, along with that, you've got Team LeBron, Team KD, who were the two top vote getters. Were you surprised by that by any chance?
Um, not really.
All right. I mean that
I
was
mean,
kind
not
of
really. But it's top voter in each conference though. So like
correct.
Luca had more votes than KD did, but because LeBron had more votes than him, he's not the team captain, unfortunately. But I'm okay with it. I mean, KD deserves it. I mean, his first year back. I don't want you guys to think that I hate the Nets. I don't hate the Nets. Like KD is a great guy. Like when I'm not gonna even lie to you guys. Like when I used to play 2K, back in what 16, 17, when he was still with the OKC, like dude, I love KD. KD is a great player and he's great all around. It's just it's just easy to hate on him. That's all.
But nah, I mean, they well deserved. I mean, I don't think it was a surprise to many. I mean, of course, LeBron James being LeBron James in the West, of course, he's gonna have the most votes. And then, of course, in the East, with KD coming back from his injury, I mean, no surprise there really in the East. But little thing we're gonna do today, guys, we're gonna hold our own draft. Yep, we are gonna play some GM mode here. We're gonna go down the list, and I think what do we? I'm Team LeBron.
Yeah, I'll give you LeBron. So you're team
I mean,
LeBron. I'll
were
be
you gonna
team
pick? Were you
KD.
gonna pick LeBron first? Oh, I doubt
Not
it.
at all. I knew I was gonna pick Luca first, to be honest. So here's the thing: since you're team LeBron, I get first pick.
Sure, go for it.
So I'll throw it in the chat. Then I'll throw it in the chat to make it easier, so it's easier for us to track. But I'm
Got the notes right here.
so Luca.
Going with Luca as your second
Yeah,
pick.
as my second pick, man. I mean, dude, the crazy thing is he's a two position player. I mean, Luca could pass, he could shoot. Imagine him and KD on the same team is it's gonna be ridiculous, man.
That's interesting, man. You know what? Uh, Weirdly enough, I'm gonna go with So are we going starters first, right?
Starters first, and then we'll go reserves.
All right, cool. So let's see here. I'm gonna go. You know what? I've got LeBron already. I'm gonna go with my boy Steph Curry, bro. Get that shooting going.
Okay, okay. Um, I it's a lost position, man, but I'm definitely going Joel Embiid right now.
Oh, nice.
That's a nice little lineup there.
You love you love
KD.
you love Embiid, bro. Like
Embiid,
you
bro. He's
you
a
are
great
you are
player.
like you are stuck on Embiid this season. Like you're
Yo,
just
if Embiid just this mark it down, guys. If Embiid wins the chip, just I'm buying an Embiid jersey.
what happened?
That's if Embiid wins the chip this year, I'm buying an Embiid jersey.
This guy.
Just throwing that out there.
You know what? I'm gonna go. I'm gonna match. I'm gonna match your Embiid pick. I'm gonna go with the jokester, man, Jokic.
Okay. Um,
Got that shooting,
I'm
baby.
definitely gonna go with Kawhi.
Any reason why?
Bro, Kawhi Leonard. My man's a walking lock right now, man. Like, yeah, he hasn't been balling out. At least the team wise hasn't been balling out, but still a great player, man. Kawhi's clutch,
I
man.
get it. I get it. I'm gonna go a little. This might be a little surprising, or maybe
Kyrie.
not. But I'm gonna add some more shooting to my
Oh,
squad.
Bradley.
Huh?
Bradley?
Nope. Kyrie Irving, baby.
Wow. Okay.
I'm gonna reunite LeBron James and Kyrie on the same team.
So that gives me Bradley.
You know
Bradley
where
Bill.
Bradley?
And then that means you get Giannis.
Yeah. I had a feeling you were
That's
gonna.
crazy. That's
Had a
crazy.
feeling you were gonna. I had a feeling that you weren't gonna pick Giannis.
No, hell no.
So I
That's
was like,
not
you
the
know
type
what?
of player I like.
Let me get the guys I want, and then maybe Giannis will land on it, bro. But right now, whoo, this squad right
Yeah, my
here,
team's stacked though. Read my team back, bro. I have Luca at point. I got Bradley Beal at shooting guard. I got Kawhi on the lock. I got KD at the 4, and at the 5 I got Embiid, bro. That's a crazy team right there.
bro. But whew, look
Bro,
what
that means LeBron is canceled out with Kawhi. Just throwing that out
definitely not. But I've got Kyrie Irving, who's just gonna. I mean,
there. You
remember
sure he's gonna play?
he's a two guard now. He's a shooting guard now. So I
Sure he's
mean,
gonna
you know,
play?
you got Steph Curry, who's gonna be shooting lights out. You've got Jokic, who can also shoot that ball. You got Giannis, last year's MVP, and then you got LeBron James, who's gonna be this year's MVP. Like it's just this is it right here, man. That's it. I feel bad for your team actually.
Okay, sure.
All right,
Fair
man.
enough.
So that's gonna be our starting five, and now we're gonna go into the reserves, man. Let me take a look here.
So we're gonna keep it 2-2. Let's just do the 10. Just do another.
Another
Let's do
five.
the 10s. Yeah, another 5.
All right, go ahead.
So
So
you gotta
take.
do two guards, 2 forwards, and then a center.
All right, go ahead. So you want to start?
Um,
You want to do a position base? So you want to do like
yeah. Well, we got to do the
keep it
2 guards. We
keep
got
it
to do the
simple?
2 forwards.
All right, go
Yeah,
ahead.
but it could be like you could do Lillard and Mitchell. So um, I'm gonna go with Dame, man. It's Dame time.
Damn. Lillard, so underrated.
100%.
So disrespected at that.
No, 100%.
Not even underrated. Like he's rated, but it's just like I don't think he gets enough love, man. You know what? I'm gonna add some more firepower to my team, bro. I'm gonna go with James Harden.
I knew it. I knew it.
Let's
I
go, man.
knew it.
We're just gonna go for firepower here, baby.
I knew it. I'm gonna go for um, I'm gonna go for just to finish off my I'm gonna go with Tatum.
Okay,
Tatum.
I like that. Let's see here. Who we going, man? Let's see. Right now, I've got okay. Man, this one's tough. I mean, I don't even know he's gonna be playing, but you got Tatum. I'm gonna
Let me
go.
ask Davis.
Nah, man. I'm gonna go go a little bit different here. Where is he? I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with Donovan Mitchell, man.
I knew it. I was hoping you wouldn't pick him. Pencil me in for Mr. Anthony Davis.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was gonna pick him up. I'm not sure if he's playing, but it doesn't matter. So you got Anthony Davis here. You know what? I'm gonna give. Let me see here. Who else we got in here? Who deserves to be on Team LeBron?
Deserves.
Deserves, yeah. You know what? I'm gonna go with Zion. You know what? Let's throw
Okay.
Zion in there, bro. Cause
Okay.
you know what? The All Star game, it's about having fun, and some of the lobs that people can throw to him. Oh my, it's gonna be crazy, bro. It's gonna be yo. I'm thinking about Showtime right now.
Pencil me in for Booker.
Booker T?
Man, don't do that.
No, no Booker T.
Devin Booker, man.
Let me see here. You know what? I'm gonna go with damn. You know this one's tough, and I feel like after I make this pick, you're gonna go with the other one. So I'm gonna go with Butler,
Butler.
Jimmy buckets, bro.
Oh, well, it's Bam time, so.
I knew it. Yeah, I had a feeling you were gonna go one. If I went Bam, you were gonna go Butler. So
Oh no, I needed because I'm because I needed another center, so I had to do the center, which I did. Bam. I did Book as my guard. Did Lillard as my guard. I did Davis as a forward, and then I did Tatum as a forward.
and
So I
then
did
my
the five.
last pick, man. My last pick. I'm gonna go a little bit weird. I'm gonna go with someone that I personally want to go see in there. Yeah, I was thinking about D Rose. We forgot about him, but
Well, let's do 2 more after this. We'll just do the full 12 then.
I'm going with my boy. I like John Morant, man. I like
John
Morant.
Morant, yeah, no, he's doing some things out there, man, in Memphis. My 11th pick is gonna well deserved, and he deserves it, man. If he doesn't make it, it's trash. Julius Randle.
Oh, you love Randall.
Love Randle, man.
Let's see here. Did we go with? Yep. Let's see here. You got Booker T. Um, you know what? You gotta throw him in there, man. I'm gonna go. Damn, this is like a heart one right here. This is more just in the heart. I'm going Carmelo Anthony.
Mello,
I'm
okay.
going I'm going Carmelo, man. I feel like just because of who he is, man. He deserves it.
This one's tough for me, man. I'm probably gonna throw it up to probably to Brandon Ingram.
Okay.
It's my last one. It was yeah, my last one.
All right, and then my last pick, I think I'm gonna go. Damn, I'm surprised we didn't say his name. Uh,
CJ.
I was looking at him. Something about D Rose is calling my name, but I'm not sure.
I
Uh,
mean,
but I'm gonna go veteran. I'm gonna go, you know, I'm gonna go Chris Paul, man.
no, good pick.
I'm gonna go Chris Paul, man. That's it. So those are our 12 guys. For anyone watching live, we're gonna be posting that on Twitter. We're gonna post it on Twitter. Team name, the roster, everything like that, and we're gonna let you guys vote. We're gonna let you guys vote to see who has the better squad. And we'll see, man, and we'll see how close we are to the actual. Because I think they're being announced tonight.
Tonight.
The
Yeah,
reserves. I
tonight.
mean, I know a couple of our picks are more like just heart based, so I'm pretty sure like a lot of them are not gonna be in the reserves. Like I doubt Melo's gonna be in there, but it would be nice to see him. But I know for our first like definitely our first 5, 6, 7 picks in the reserves, those are definitely people that are gonna be named tonight. So we'll see how close we are. But how do you feel about your team?
I feel good, man. I think it's a great overall team. It's not just hard base. It's they deserve it. We picked two good players from the Suns. They're number four in the West, number three in the West, so they deserve it. Julius Randle's, they're that resurgence on the Knicks. I'm not just gonna put it all on him, but he's been playing ball, you know, balls out. So it's been tough, man. It's been a really good year for him. So I think he deserves it. Tatum, definitely deserves it. He's pretty much the go-to guy over there for the Celtics. So I think I did a good team right there. Well deserved.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy with my squad, man. I mean, the fact that I got to start with LeBron, like you know me, I'm a big LeBron
I mean,
supporter.
yeah, no, I know. That's I
So
gave him to.
I've got Curry, who my man, he's gonna in the next 3, 4 years, they're gonna create like a 6 point shot for him. Like they're just gonna create a shot for him. Of course, I got Kyrie. I've got James Harden on there. 2/3 of the Nets. Couldn't have you have them. That would have been not fair.
No,
But of course, I got Zion in there, Jimmy buckets, Morant. So I'm happy with this squad, man. I'm excited. And then tonight we'll get to watch the on TNT. We'll get to watch the reserve announce, and we'll see how close we are, man. We'll talk about that next week. So definitely some good stuff to talk about.
that's gonna be fun, man.
I'm gonna see if I can put these squads on the 2K, man.
We could definitely do that. Do like a franchise and run it back.
Real quick, just to play it and see how it goes. Uh,
So you heard about what's going on in the MLB right now, man?
a little bit, man. Like I said, I mean, we spoke about this earlier, man. I haven't. I gotta get back on it. I gotta get back on it. I stopped watching it when my hero, when
No, the captain.
the almighty captain, and
Captain, yeah.
salute real quick, Derek Jeter, when he retired, that's when I kind of was like, you know what, there's no reason for me to watch baseball, even though I like the sport, I love the sport. I love going to the games and things like that. I haven't been keeping up with it, but I know you mentioned Alex Cora coming back to the Red Sox.
I'm not a big fan of that. And it's
No.
not I'm not a Red Sox fan, obviously I'm a big Yankee fan, but you know, he was part of that whole cheating scandal, with the Houston Astros. And what people don't seem to realize, because a lot of people just take it as like, oh, it didn't give him an advantage. It definitely did. But it affected a lot of players, man. Like, let's say you were like, I'll use you as an example, man. Like, let's say you got rocked by the Stros, that year. Like, it's not easy. It's a lot of that game is all about confidence and specifically the pitchers. Like if you lose it, it's hard to get it back. I'm not
And
a big
they were
fan of it.
what they were. It was the whole like sign, right? Like sign stealing or
Yeah,
something
so
like
they
that.
were doing the whole sign stealing. Like I don't know all the details, but from what it was is that they had a camera that was facing from center field down to where the pitchers and catchers were, and they're able to see the signs. So then they were relaying the signs to the dugout, and they would bang on a trash can. So Alex Cora was the bench coach over there when they won the championship before he went to the Red Sox. So number one, I wasn't a big fan of how they handled it, where they like it was kind of I don't want to say like a slap in the wrist, but it wasn't really like that big of a deal in a sense. Like, yeah, um the manager from the Houston Astros got fired. He got banned for about a year. Alex Cora got banned for the year. The GM got banned for a year. The Red Sox were like, like it wasn't a like they were like denouncing it, and then they rehired him. I wasn't a big fan of that. Carlos Beltran, went there, won a championship, but like he was part of it or something like that. Or I guess he was like, because he was not an active player. They made it a big deal. He got fired by the Mets like the day later after he got hired. So it was a lot of things going on, man. I'm just not a big fan of that, to be
And then
honest. I know every
he only got what the one year
one year,
suspension,
one
right?
year,
That's
one
it.
year. That was it. Like it was like a lost year. Like they weren't even gonna be good this year anyway. So it wasn't even like a big deal. So I'm just not a big fan of that, man. Like it affected a lot of people, and I'm just not a big fan of that. People are gonna say, oh, but that's not, what did he have to do? I mean, he was part of it. Like as much as when you run the team, or when you're a bench coach, or when you're part of the management, like regardless of what, like let's say you do and you work for me, like, or whatever the case can be, like
It,
you're
it,
part of
it
it,
it
and that's
represents
yeah.
the whole unit. So it's not
Mhm.
you can't just sit there and just go, hey, just pick on one person. Like it's the whole staff. Like the whole staff
Yeah.
has to be a part of it.
Yeah.
But that's
And then and they
crazy.
were saying that, and the crazy thing is that they won it in 17, the Red Sox won it in 18. So like people were like, oh, was that linked and stuff like that. So that's the thing too, man. And like it's a lot of shaky stuff, man. And I'm not a big fan of that, to be honest.
Nah,
Not a
man,
big fan.
we're gonna see what happens, man. Damn, man, baseball is known for
Interesting.
these scandals, man. They're like
It's crazy.
it's always something, man. It's whether it's like I remember back in my time. I mean, I don't know if it's still going on now, but like you had the whole steroids, stuff with like I remember like the Barry Bonds thing and like those were I
Manny
mean
Ramirez, David
like
Ortiz.
it's just oh man, which I know some people are gonna be like, yo, you're freaking crazy, but I don't see what the big deal is. Uh, with the whole steroids phase, like it's not like it's like baseball's one of those sports where like it's not helping you hit the ball. Like it's not gonna help you with your hand-eye coordination. It's not gonna help you see like what's going on and things like that.
It'll
Like
just enhance your strength once you hit it.
I
Like,
mean,
if you're a good player,
and that's if you can actually hit the ball, like
yeah.
but at the same time, it's just like whatever, man. It's just I'm pretty sure the entire every sport has their stigma when it comes to like enhancing drugs and things like that, which obviously some people are gonna feel a certain type of way about it. Me, yeah, whatever. I don't care.
Nah, that's not a big fan.
I don't think it affects them in a sense where like it's destroying the game. Like some people think it's destroying the game, but
No,
um,
I just don't like that cheating. But
I mean, but this sounds crazier. Like this, the fact like you're stealing
no, it
signs,
was it was
which
it was a big thing. Like they
because
made it seem like
that's
not a big thing though. Like it just was like it was a thing for like a week, and then it just like, oh, it's cool. And I wasn't a big fan of that. Like
yeah, because I mean
it affected players.
that's a huge part of baseball. I know that for a fact. Like the whole signs and being able to just communicate, without words in a big ass field. So it's like the fact that you're possibly or actually like stealing signs and using it to your advantage, like that's overboard. That's kind of wild to me, anyways. But yeah, man. I mean, and what sucks is that, like, once again, I'm a Yankee fan for everyone that's watching and listening. And of course, everyone's gonna think, oh, you're biased against the Red Sox. But just to keep it unbiased for a quick second, is you're signing this dude that has that scandal stuff going on. What do you think is gonna happen to this season right now? You're gonna be looked at differently. Like the
Hmm?
views is gonna be like all eyes are gonna be on your team. And is that gonna be a distraction, or like how are your players gonna react to that? How are the players gonna be able to perform under that pressure and that scrutiny? Because now it's like every conversation is gonna be about that. So
Definitely.
everything's gonna be about that. Everything's gonna be about everyone's gonna be asking questions about the scandal. Everyone's gonna be asking questions like they're gonna be wondering like now, are you guys doing the same thing? So
Well, from one scandal to another, man. I know you saw Elimination Chamber. So for those of you, man, this is World Wrestling Entertainment. So I know you seen Elimination Chamber, man. Just specifically on that the last one, man. Like What'd you think of it?
Uh, I, so I'm split. I'm split right now. So I'm happy with the cash in because I feel like the Miz,
Deserved
bro,
it,
he deserves it. I mean,
bro. My
it's
man,
been
them
10 years.
promos.
It's been 10 years since he was in the main event of WrestleMania as a WWE champion. So he was a WWE champion 10 years ago. This is his second time being a champion. So imagine 10 years of putting that work in a sport similar to what we were talking about earlier, where like people get released, people get moved, people get sent out, shipped out. My man has been there for the last 10 years. Finally deserves, he deserves it. He's been killing it in the promos. He puts in the work. He's the poster boy. You see him in the interviews and things like that. So I'm
He's
happy.
not a part timer.
He's not a part timer, for like some people. Uh, so I'm happy in that regard. Um, but then it's like, you got one more pay per view. Now you got the whole thing with Bobby Lashley. Like
Fastlane,
it's
yeah. I'm not, and that's the thing, man. I'm not a big like. I think I personally think that it's a good thing that he has it. Like I thought, like it's been a fun little feud that he's been having with Bad Bunny and all that stuff. But like, I think it's gonna be. I think he deserved it 100%. 10 years since he last had it, but he's different. He puts in the hard work. Like he's not one of those part timers. He does what he has to do. I like his promos, hilarious. Like he's it's I'm just tired of the same old same old. And that's just me. Like I didn't want to watch it, and like as I'm watching it, I'm sitting there like screaming, like, "Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?" When Drew McIntyre, and spoilers, I'm sorry guys, pins and wins, and I'm sitting there like I was really disappointed. I'm like, bro, like and obviously I get it through the WWE network, so I didn't have to spend that much. It was like $9. But I was extremely disappointed. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like this is what I really spent my hour. Randy Orton was, spoilers again, was like gone in the first like 10 minutes. So it was fun, man. I was just hoping that um
the thing
they
the thing
changed it
the,
up.
the thing with me is like it's I hope it's not. And there's where they mess up a lot. They kind of they switch the titles. Like so a couple of months back, obviously Drew McIntyre won at WrestleMania from Brock Lesnar. Then he started feuding with Randy Orton, lost the title, only to win it back. It's like, why have them drop the title if they're gonna win it back, And from what I was reading, a lot of the rumors are that he is gonna win it back at WrestleMania. So I don't know how that's gonna happen, but the reason they want to do that is because they're allowing fans for WrestleMania. So they're actually gonna have fans for
Yeah, they're doing it in
WrestleMania.
Florida.
So they don't believe in Corona. So I
Big
think I think
big
they're
facts.
I think they're limiting it to 30,000 people.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's a little bit. 30,000 is a
Yeah,
little bit,
30 or 30,000.
But they wanna give him his proper pop, which is like the cheers, stuff like that. So they want to give him his proper pop for winning the championship in front of a crowd. So
No,
uh,
and they've been saying stuff too, like they leaked it that the Miz that might even be the one that he's facing in WrestleMania, which is gonna be wild, which I'll be disappointed on. And that's the thing, 100%. Like, I mean, I know the championship used to pass around back in the day, but like now it's just like tag you're it, and then that's the thing that sucks. And it's not even like how it is now before. Like it's not even with like consistent people. Like they're just putting people over for like a day and then they're switching it up. And I'm just not a big fan of that. That's just me. I'm not a big fan of that. I
I
just
mean
want consistency behind it.
they've done a better job. So
I mean, yeah, it
they've done a
used to be
better
horrible
job
before. Horrible before.
of the longer title reigns because that's the one thing they would definitely it would be short instances that you would be a champion, but now they got a little bit better with it. Um, and then on the other side, I mean, you got Roman Reigns versus Edge, which I'm surprised.
I'm not a fan of that, man. I'm just not. I'm
The
just like,
battle of the spear, you know.
the funny thing is that you heard about that joke. They were like, that they got him on like the Brock Lesnar contract, the part time, and that's the thing I'm not a big fan of. Like, maybe because we grew up differently, and at a different time when we had Stone Cold, we had The Rock, we had Triple H full time, and they weren't none of this part time business. But like that's the thing I wasn't a big fan of, is that like when we grew up, we saw them, go for that championship on like the Mondays and the Thursdays and the Fridays when it switched over. Now it's either you're watching it for $10 or you're not seeing anything, and it's not even a consistent switch. If that, I mean, it's not even like the switch that you want to see. So that's just me, and that's just I'm not a big fan of that. And I know they do it for the numbers, they do it for the merchandise, so I get it. It's just I'm not a big fan of that. So
Nah,
I
man.
just had
But
to.
I don't think he's on a. So I don't think he's on that type of contract.
No, he's not. But like
From what I was
it's a
reading.
real thing though. Like he hasn't wrestled in a minute though. It's
But
only
yeah,
pay-per-views.
but it's gonna be so I'm surprised by that. Like I see like I don't know how much of it you like you watch like the episodes each one, but like SmackDown, like as cheesy as this may
Oh,
sound,
dude, SmackDown is the
SmackDown
show.
they called it the land. It's the land of opportunity, and I know that sounds cheesy. But it's the truth. Like it's where they allow people to shine, and you know you have so many chances to allow that. Like you could have given Edge to Raw, let him do the thing with Drew McIntyre with The Miz. Could have gone a different route in SmackDown. You could have gone Roman Reigns versus Daniel Bryan, Roman Reigns versus Cesaro, Roman Reigns versus some
So,
like you know just
Daniel Bryan.
go
I mean, there were
different
a
go a
lot of
different
people.
direction.
They were saying a lot of things about that. Daniel Bryan that they were talking about like him too. I mean they gave him that, like, and that was the thing too, because the other match was number one contender to like literally face Roman Reigns like the next match.
Right
Like that
after.
was, yeah, it was that we already knew what it was gonna be, so it was like a throwaway. But
Nah,
I
and
just
that's and yeah, that's the thing. Like with that, it's like they made that. I'm like, oh, this is stupid. Like there's no way that Roman Reigns is gonna lose the title. The only reason they did that way is just to have Edge come out and
yeah, I know,
spear
it
him, and
sucks.
so it's like that's kind of like the direction that they went in.
And I was hoping though, man, that the Edge would go against Finn Balor for that
The
NXT,
NXT
man.
Championship,
Yeah,
yeah,
man,
but
that'd be
they
fun.
have a different thing going on over there right now,
I know
which
it's just its own little thing, which kind of sucks. But I don't know, man. I just wanted to throw that in there and kind of see what we do, because I know we don't really talk about wrestling like that. That's sports entertainment, but
we don't have enough time, man.
yeah, we usually don't. So I just wanted to
I'll
throw that
go.
in there.
You know, we might have to save it for like another show or something like that, because
No, you got some thoughts, I know.
your boy, we talk about it for a long time, man.
And by the way, the best 24/7 champion that we've had in recent memory is Bad Bunny. Just throwing that out there.
Bad Bunny, bro.
I don't care what anyone says, bro. The best 24/7 champion that we've had in a long time, Bad Bunny.
He was on SNL.
Oh, dude, I don't know who doesn't watch SNL. Like I was having this convo with Albert. You were there.
I know somebody that does
Yeah,
it.
my man's like, who watches SNL? Like, bro, a lot of people watch SNL, man. Like, just because you don't, because you don't subscribe to that, that's on you, man. But great champion right there, man. And that's the thing too, man. Like they're trying to bring in a lot of different people, man, because that's gonna get a lot of the Hispanic viewers will tune in.
Gotta get it. You know, gotta get the views, man. That's what it's all about. Get the views, get the people watching.
Yeah, 100% on that, man. But this has been fun, man. This has been fun, man.
Definitely, man. But yeah, man. Any final takes, man? Any final thoughts?
I'm hoping by the next episode, man, I got the Mavericks in the playoffs right now. Playoff picture, clear picture, at least top 8 in the West. I'm hoping. I'm hoping. And the well wishes to Tiger Woods, man. I know you're seeing that on the little scroll bar, but got into a really bad accident, man. So wishes to him. Well wishes to him, man. Hope he gets better.
Definitely. For me, man, like I said, shout out to my cousin, you know, Eagles fan, who got pissed off at me last week for not mentioning Carson Wentz. So hopefully when you're watching or listening, you're happy now this time. Uh, what else? What else? If you haven't, we mentioned it earlier as well. Watch WandaVision, man. That's a good show.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Uh,
I'm excited for Friday.
definitely catch up. It's not a lot of episodes out right now, so you can definitely binge that for a quick second. And now I'm excited for this All Star game coming up, man. Super excited for that. Make sure you guys watch the on TNT tonight. They're gonna have the reserves. They're gonna announce the reserves, so we'll get to see who's on the draft board for Team LeBron and Team KD. So yeah, man, be on the lookout for that, and of course, be on the lookout for next Tuesday. We'll be back next Tuesday, of course. Uh, with some more content, with some more chit chat, maybe some more banter. So
Oh yeah, 100%.
definitely
And,
appreciate
and
that.
and and hopefully not a new chair, man. I've been every episode has been a new chair, to be honest. I don't know if you keep that out.
What's going on with that?
It's so your boy just wants to be comfortable. I don't know if a lot of you guys are gamers, but if you game, you need a gaming chair. And I had one for the longest. Wasn't I liked it, but there's a couple more that I want to test out. So I copped a couple of them. I kept returning them though because I wasn't a big fan of them. No, yeah. Yeah.
A couple. You heard that, right, guys? A
A couple
couple of
of them.
them. It's
Yeah, it's a real
like
thing. I did buy a couple.
I struggle. I
But
struggle to
I
I
ended up
struggle to buy one chair. This guy's like, yeah, yeah,
yeah, I bought like four or
let
five
me get
chairs.
four. Let me get four of them real
That
quick.
is a real thing. I did buy like four or five chairs. But this chair right here though, man, this Corsair one, I wasn't a big I looked at it and I didn't even know that Corsair made chairs like that. And I looked at it and decided this is the one to keep. Leather, nice little leather. The 4D little armrest. So it's
Are
something
you
that
you're hooked to your PC, right?
yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say give him a little spin, but
Oh yeah, no, I
I
can't.
don't
I
want
mean,
your
I
whole I
can
don't
a
want your whole
little
PC to just drop.
a little bit.
you know,
I really can't, but it's a nice one though, man. I'm a big fan of it. Really little, real leather, big fan. Comfortable. So if you guys
cool.
need chair advice, man, I'll tell you which one to buy.
Awesome, awesome. But once again, guys, we do appreciate you guys continue to watch, man. Continue to support. We've definitely been getting a lot of love. I've been getting, like I said, I mentioned it before. I've been getting text messages, been getting DMs. Just kind of like some good, good well wishes. Everybody supporting. Even I joked around by my cousin. He was upset that we didn't mention Wentz, but like he meant it in good, good heart, because at the end of the day, he's listening to the show while he's going to work. So we will continue to put that out there for you guys, put in more content. Just make sure you guys, ESPN News coming up. Just make sure you guys, like, follow, support, share. That's very important, guys. Spread the word around so we can continue to put this content out for you guys. Once again, my name is Junebug. You can catch me on every single social media platform, Junebug0226. A little insight for the 0226, since Byron explained his. That is my son's birthday. So, real simple, son's birthday for my 0226. But on all social media, guys. So Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Twitch. Catch me on Junebug0226. What about you, Hambino?
Golden Boy B 381 on Twitch and Twitter, and then the Great Hambino B 381 on Instagram.
Nice,
That's where you guys can
nice.
find me.
Definitely so, man. Appreciate you guys. Once again, make sure you guys like this video, or like the on Anchor when I post it on there, on YouTube as well. Make sure you guys follow, support, share, man. That's the biggest thing. Share it, spread the news around, and we will catch you guys next week. Peace out, man.
You guys have fun.